Well, hello there you guys. Welcome to a brand new video. For those of you who are new, hello, my name is Jess. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to my weird channel. Okay, anyways, let's take a moment to just like look at these stunning bookcases. These are giving me everything, guys. They're giving me life. They make me feel like a sophisticated adult. Honestly, I should probably have my glasses on because I feel like I'm in a library. I feel like I'm in a modern library with these beautiful bookcases showcasing all of these stunning covers, guys. I am so freaking stoked. Now, without further ado, you need to get some coffee. I have some coffee right now, even though it's literally like about to be 5 o'clock or something like that in the afternoon. But listen, today is a work day for me. It's the weekend, but nonetheless got a lot of stuff to do. And it's a smaller book haul, but look, it's a book haul nonetheless. And look, don't get it twisted. I know I said in a previous video that I wasn't gonna go book shopping because obviously I have all these beautiful books, yada yada yada. Look, I lied. And I couldn't face it, I couldn't help it. I had to go to Barnes & Noble. There were so many books, honestly, that came out within the past month or so that I have been dying to get my hands on. And every time I'm on Instagram or BookTube, people are literally buying these books and they're making me so jealous. And so I had to go and just do a good cause and buy all of these beautiful books. So without further ado, I am going to start telling you what I bought, and I'm going to put my coffee down because I feel like I'm going to spill it all over myself and my bookcases, and we can't have that. Wow guys, I stayed in Barnes & Noble for such a long time. They are about to close and obviously it's super dark outside and my only lighting is literally the lamp post, but I am on my way home. I think honestly tomorrow is when I'm going to show you all the books because this lighting is not going to do it and I haven't had dinner. So I am going to show you what I got tomorrow. Alright guys, let's start with book number 1, shall we? We have Ruth Wares, The Death of Mrs. Westaway. This is a mystery thriller. Now you know guys, I just read The Turn of the Key this past month and I was literally floored. I was to the ground because Ruth, her writing is so spectacular. The book was phenomenal and I think she's gonna be one of my all-time favorite mystery thriller authors. I'm just saying that in advance. And this is one of her other books. I know she has several, but this is the one that I saw in Barnes & Noble. Honestly, the cover is kind of haunting, very spectacular. It's grayish black and it looks like there's a mansion in the background and maybe some water right in front of it. I believe this is water and then trees. Now from what I heard from Goodreads, this is basically about a lady named Hal who gets a mysterious letter in the mail basically saying, hey, you got an inheritance because one of your family members is deceased. But she realizes very quickly that, okay, I'm the wrong person to get this letter. However, she has some mad skills because of tarot card reading, and so she's thinking that maybe she can kind of I don't know, weed her way into it and see if she can get the inheritance. And she finds herself at the funeral service for Mrs. Westaway and things just don't feel right. She said things are very off. Honestly, guys, I know that this is going to be a spectacular book. I already feel it in my bones. This is one of her very popular mystery thriller novels. I just can't wait to get into this. I don't know when I'm going to read this just because spooky season is already over. It is November though. I don't know. I do have a TBR, but I am a mood reader too. Who knows, you guys? But this is The Death of Mrs. Westaway. The next book that I'm going to show you guys has literally been all over the internet, and that is Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Kai. This is a novella because it's very short. Honestly, guys, look how small this book is. I did not realize how small this was until I saw it in person. This is basically a Japanese horror novel. We deal with ghosts, we deal with paranormal activity, and in the book, so there's a very small synopsis. It's a hay and air mansion stands abandoned, its foundations resting on the bones of a bride and its walls packed with the remains of the girl sacrificed to keep her company. It's the perfect venue for a group of thrill-seeking friends brought back together to celebrate a wedding. A night of food, drinks, and games quickly spirals into a nightmare as secrets get dragged out and relationships are tested. But the house has secrets too. Lurking in the shadows is the ghost bride with a black smile and a hungry heart, and she gets lonely down there in the dirt. Yeah, this is very haunting. Definitely have to read this with maybe like a nightlight or something on, because I guarantee you I'm gonna have nightmares. First of all, let's look at this cover, because although it's stunning, this is terrifying. Literally, I was so close to putting this on my bookcase like this, and then I realized very quickly that maybe that's not the route, because, you know, during work days, I do get on Zoom a lot, and what if my coworkers saw this? They would think I'm very strange. But you know what? Yeah, I literally had to keep this like this. This is so terrifying, but cannot wait to read this. This seems like it's going to be a great horror novel. Cannot wait. Interim break for coffee. That is so good, so yummy. Up next, we have an LGBT horror novel, and that is none other than Summer Sons by Lee Mondello. You guys, this has been on my TBR list for literally ever. I mean, this literally feels like it's been on my list of what to read for years, and that is saying something. First of all, let's just like take a moment, let's take a breath for this stunning cover. This is a human hand kind of wrapped up in like green living vines, and then this is a skeletal hand wrapped up in just dead vines. I think honestly this cover is very stunning, very clever. I honestly feel like there's going to be something in the book that makes this make sense in a way. But yes, this is absolutely beautiful. We follow two characters really, or really just one, but it says Andrew and Eddie did everything together. Best friends bonded more deeply than brothers until Eddie left Andrew behind to start his graduate program at Vanderbilt. 6 months later, only days before Andrew was to join him in Nashville, Eddie dies of an apparent suicide. He leaves Andrew a horrible inheritance, a roommate he doesn't know, friends he never asked for, and a gruesome phantom that hungers for him. As Andrew searches for the truth of Eddie's death, he uncovers the lies and secrets left behind by the person he trusted most, discovering a family history soaked in blood and death. Whirling between the backstabbing academic world where Eddie spent his days and the circle of hot boys, fast cars, and hard drugs that ruled Eddie's nights, the walls Andrew has built against the world begin to crumble, and there's something awful lurking, waiting for those walls to fall. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. This book is going to be incredible. I literally can feel it just in the depths of me. I know that I'm going to find this so enjoyable. Yeah, you guys, this is Summer Sons. I don't know what else to tell you other than that you should probably pick it up. Up next, we have none other than If We Were Villains by Emil Rio. I feel like I'm the last person on this planet to own a copy of this, and I feel kind of bummed though because I don't have the cover with the skull on it. Not to say that this cover isn't beautiful, because it is, but I feel like the other one's a little bit more stunning than this one. But nonetheless, I was impatient and I wanted to get my hands on it, and finally I did. Now, I really don't know anything about this book other than that it's a mystery thriller novel, and we have a main character named Oliver who just got out of jail for a crime that happened 10 years in the past, and it's like him and a few other people. Now, I think this is dark academia because it involves the group of characters in a Shakespearean like conservatory group. So I think this is a dark academia book. I could be wrong, but I think I'm a little bit right. I don't know, like 50-60%, who knows. But none other, I kind of want to be in the dark with this once I start it, and I'm super excited that I finally have it because it's been months. I've been waiting months to have this book, and I finally will have it on my pretty bookshelves. Up next, we have a very popular book, and that is Nevernight. This is book 1 by Kristoff. I feel like time and time again I have seen this throughout booktube, and I've never honestly heard a negative thing about this. I've heard nothing but great reviews, and when I saw this in person, I knew I had to get it. Although it's quite large and very intimidating looking, I basically have found out that the more intimidating a novel is to me, the more enjoyable it's going to be. And with this is an assassin's novel, and I've never had an assassin's novel before, and I definitely have gravitated to this one, and I'm so freaking excited. If you don't know what this follows a main character named Mia. Now, Mia is the daughter of an executed traitor, and she is just in a very bad spot. There are people out to get her. There are thugs out to get her. The Senate is out to get her. However, she has a gift for speaking to shadows, and they lead her to the hearth of a really bad killer. He's a retired killer, and her future is basically changed for the better or for the worse. Who knows? She is basically apprenticed to the deadliest flock of assassins in the entire republic called the Red Church. And basically she's going through these trials of like poisons and death and treachery and blades, and I mean just the scariest stuff imaginable. She's trying to battle through so that she can become one of the Lady of the Blessed Murders. Yes, among the chosen of the Lady of the Blessed Murder. That sounds so crazy. And to be one step closer to the only thing she desires, revenge. We love revenge stories, you guys. Honestly, I think that this book is going to be quite stunning. I think it's going to be very action adventure-y for us, and honestly, I have not really read a book like that, I would say, in the past several months. I don't know, it feels like it, and so I definitely think that this is going to satisfy that need. And before we finish talking about it, look at this absolutely brilliant cover. I know I show you the covers for all of these, but they're just so stunning. Like, they're giving. Now, I didn't even really notice, but like, I'm assuming this is Mia. There's a bloody dagger. There's blood splattered on her arms, and then she has like red gloves. She has this beautiful creepy mask and what looks to be like fake wings or something like that. I don't even know, but this, like, she looks terrifying, but like in the most badass way. Man, up next, we have one of my most anticipated reads. This just came out, and I'm honestly feeling a lot of emotions right now because this author's previous work that I read was so fabulous. And I'm talking about Under the Whispering Door by TJ Cloon. You guys, The House under the Cerulean Sea literally lives in the back of my mind rent-free. That was such a pleasure to read, and I can't even imagine what I'm going to feel from this book. And I'm sure, I'm like 1000% positive this is going to be at the same level or even higher than his previous work, and I'm just so excited. He is definitely one of my like up there authors. I would say like he's on the list, and like if this book surpasses my expectations, which I think it will, like he's definitely going to be like on my top 10. And if you don't know what this is, there's a very quick synopsis. It says, "Welcome to the Sharon's Crossing. The tea is hot, the scones are fresh, and the dead are just passing through." It says, when a reaper comes to collect Wallace from his funeral, Wallace begins to suspect he might be dead. And when Hugo, the owner of a peculiar tea shop, promises to help him cross over, Wallace decides he's definitely dead. But even in death, he's not ready to abandon the life he barely lived. So when Wallace is given 1 week to cross over, he sets about a lifetime of living in 7 days. Hilarious, haunting, and kind, Under the Whispering Door is an uplifting story about a life spent at the office and a death spent building a home. You guys, I know this book is going to make me tear up a little bit because his other work did, and oh my gosh, I just have to mentally prepare myself for all the feelings, but I'm so glad I literally have this in my hands because I've been wanting it forever. The next book on this list is actually a book that I found walking through Barnes & Noble. The cover honestly like grabbed my soul and was like, you have to buy me, and that is none other than The Betrayals by Bridget Collins. Let's just take a moment. I mean, look at it, you guys. Would this not draw you in and just make you want to buy this book? Because let me tell you, it gave everything, and it wound up in my cart, and I took it home, and here it is. This book, I really don't know anything about it other than that this is a dark academia book, and the main character, his name's Leo. He sort of excelled there, but then he dropped out, it sounds like, and went into a political career, and that was all fine and dandy until he made a decision that basically cost him his career, and he was exiled back to the academy called Maldonado, and things are just a little bit different. This academy used to just only be for men, and now the headmaster, who I think is called the Master Ludi, her name is Claire Dryden, so it's actually run by a woman, and things are just very different. And he feels like he's met this lady before, though he's not quite sure. And in this book, there is a like midsummer game, and as they're preparing for it, I think things and secrets are going to reveal themselves. and who knows what this book is going to be about. But like I said, the cover is absolutely stunning. I am very interested in like any type of dark academia book. I feel like I gravitate towards those pretty much often, and I'm pretty confident that this book is going to kind of satisfy that dark academia need. The next book that I have for you guys is honestly so stunning. That is Ghost by Dolly Alderton. I found this book actually on Instagram's explore page. I forget who had this book, and I'm so sorry guys. I should have saved it so I could have addressed that person. But whoever you are, thank you for actually posting this, because the cover caught my attention. It's so simple yet so beautiful. We have upside down flowers, the pinks, the whites, the blacks. I mean, it just all meshes so well. And when I saw this cover, I was kind of confused because I was like, wait, is this romance? But then it says ghost, so I was like, is this paranormal? But then there's like an upside down face. I'm like, is this like a contemporary sad romance paranormal? Like, what's going on? But when I read the synopsis, it all made sense. So in here, we follow a character. Her name's Nina Dean. It says she's not especially bothered that she's single. She owns her apartment. She's about to publish her second book, and she has a great relationship with her ex-boyfriend and enough friends to keep her social calendar full and her hangovers plentiful. And when she downloads a dating app, she does the seemingly impossible. She meets a great guy on her first date. Max is handsome and built like a lumberjack. He has floppy blonde hair and a stable job. But when Max ghosts her, Nina is forced to deal with everything she's been trying so hard to ignore. Her father's Alzheimer's is getting worse, and so is her mother's denial. Her editor hates her new bug idea, and her best friend from childhood is icing her out. Funny, tender, and relatable, Ghost is a whisper smart tale of relationships in modern life. Honestly, guys, I think that this is going to be a very relatable book. When I looked this up on Goodreads, people were talking about how it's very rare when a book has a 30-something-year-old, and this book, I don't remember how old the main character is, but she's in her early 30s, and I feel like it's going to be very relatable just because, you know, I'm approaching my late 20s. Well, technically, I'm kind of into it, but I'm closer to my 30s, you know, each and every day, and I feel like, you know, this is definitely a reflection of modern life when you're kind of in this stage of limbo where it's like you are successful, you're adulting, and then you kind of realize that like there are some things that, you know, you can't always cover with like pretty flowers or something like that. Especially, you know, for her, it's obviously like a guy ghosting her, and then it kind of brings up a lot of trauma and things that she's probably been in denial about for a long time. And I just feel like this book is going to be very raw, very emotional, very real. And I don't know, I'm kind of interested to having this new perspective, this new POV, because I can't even tell you the last time I read a book, a contemporary book with a 30-something-year-old, especially an early 30-something-year-old, basically going through life and its constant challenges. But this is Ghost, you guys. Absolutely breathtaking cover. Definitely pick it up. It is a new release. The last book that I have for you guys in this haul is none other than a romance. We have Never Fall for Your Fiancé by Virginia Heath. And guys, this has the fake dating trope. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I love fake dating tropes. I think they're quite phenomenal. Every time I read one, it just gets to me, you guys. Like, they live in my head rent-free all the time. And honestly, the cover kind of reminded me of Bridgerton. And yeah, just the way Bridgerton was, like, I'm just getting all the feels and vibes from that, and I just can feel all the cozy romance. Now in this book, it says, the last thing Hugh Standish, Earl of Fareham wants as a wife. Unfortunately for him, his mother is determined to find him one, even from across the other side of the ocean. So Hugh invents a fake fiance to keep his mother's matchmaking ways at bay. But when Hugh learns his interfering mother is on a ship bound for England, he realizes his ruse is about to implode, until he collides with Minerva Merriwell, who might just be the miracle he needs. Now, Minerva has had to struggle to support herself and her two younger sisters ever since their feckless father abandoned them. Work as a woodcut engraver is hard to find, and the Merriwell sisters are nearly penniless. So when Hugh asks Minerva to pose as his fiancée while his mother is visiting, she knows that while the scheme sounds ludicrous, the offer is too good to pass up. Once Minerva and her sisters arrive at Hugh's estate, of course nothing goes according to his meticulous plan, as hilarity and miscommunication ensue while everyone tries to keep their tangled story straight. Hugh and Minerva's fake engagement starts to turn into a real romance. But can they trust each other when their relationship started with a lie? You guys, this is something that I've been wanting, something that I've been needing with romance, is just more fake dating tropes. I mean, literally, how many fake dating tropes can I possibly pick up? Probably all of them, and I would still be stunned. I would still be floored. And I feel like this is going to happen with this book, and I'm so excited. that concludes today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this haul. As always, if you liked this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. That really supports my channel. If you want more content from me, don't forget to subscribe as well. And let me know down below in the comments if you read one of these books or if you plan on picking it up. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say. And who knows, maybe you just found one of your most favorite books in the world. We'll see, but let me know. As always, guys, I will also have all my other social medias linked in case you want to follow me in other places. But with that, I will see you in another video. Bye, guys.